Hello, I'm Attu Jamir and you're watching HornbillTV's Prime at 9. Now, headlines. At least 3 Jawans were reported dead and 11 were injured after militants fired upon an armed police bus on road at outskirts of Srinagar. Condemning the December 4 Morn ambush incident, the National People's Party Nagaland unit demanded the central government to repeal AFSPA. The party also demanded suspension of Morn Superintendent of Police and Deputy Commissioner for their ignorance. Congress President Sonia Gandhi demanded an apology from the Central Board of Secondary Education. She also asked the Union Education Ministry to review the gender sensitivity standard in its curriculum. Prime Minister Boris Johnson warned that Britain faces a tidal wave of infections from the Omicron variant. He also announced increase in booster vaccinations to strengthen defenses against the variant. At least 3 Jawans were reported dead and 11 were injured after militants fired upon an armed police bus on road at outskirts of Srinagar, which goes towards Z1 Police Headquarters on Monday. Officials said that one ASI and a selection grade constable were among the Jawans who were martyred in the attack. Kashmir Zone Police said that the area has been cordoned off. Terrorists fired up a police vehicle near Z1 in Panta Chowk area of Srinagar. 14 personnel injured in the attack. All the injured personnel evacuated to hospital. Area cordoned off. Further details shall follow, Kashmir Zone Police said in a tweet. The attack took place in Z1 in Panta Chowk area this evening. They said the area has been cordoned off and a search operation launched to track down the assailants, the officials said, adding that further details are awaited. The National People's Party Nagaland unit has demanded the centre to repeal Armed Forces Special Powers Act from Nagaland. While condemning the December 4 Morn ambush incident, the party demanded suspension of Morn Superintendent of Police and Deputy Commissioner for the negligence. Addressing the press conference at the party's office, Taika village in Dimapur today, the party president informed that the party will hold dharna or protest against the December 4 incident. The party also put forward 5-point demand to the central government. Let's have a look at a detailed report.
We all need to understand the truth, and the fact-finding is still going on by the SIT. We know and we have heard what we need to know, but still many seem to be buried and suppressed. So we feel that Army should not promote themselves. Probably they were doing that to get elevated from their rank, or they wanted to literally have this peace talk sabotaged. Okay, so they want to actually, the peace talk which is going on, they want to derail it. So probably could be that also. So there could be many things that the army could have been trying to do it. So we feel that this was not a good step, and the massacre which was done, it was not human. It was a blunder that they have made. So we feel that there has to be an action taken, and there has to be a very strong action against all these perpetrators, and condolence obviously to the bereaved family that we do have in mind. We also feel that the condemning of the probably the state administrative and the district administrative, this has to be condemned, because if they had intervened, had the DC and the SP intervened on time, this wouldn't have taken place. Why did the district administrative take it very cool and calm? So this is also something went wrong. So henceforth I feel that the press media should also support this, and AFSPA should be removed, not only in Nagaland but the entire Northeast, and justice should be given to the people.
Many PILs have been filed against this act, and there are many commissions that have recommended the government of India to repeal this act. But still, the government of India turns a blind eye, and the killing continues till today. And it will go on unless and until this act is removed.
As we NPP, when we want to take these efforts, my request is that come up together, be as one family of a Northeast. Today is Nagaland, tomorrow might be something else. And we cannot always be victimized right now. And to inform you all, we as NPP, we will be holding a stage dharna or protest in the state. And also we will be submitting a memorandum to the Government of India to reveal this AFSPA.
NPP as a political party, we have made certain demands, and let me just go to the point one by one. NPP state would like to demand that all the Jawans involved in the massacre be given capital punishment, and we want the human rights organization, like to name few, like NPMHR, to take this matter seriously, to bring justice to the people of Nagas. We demand they should be tried as any criminal in the civilian court. The central government should also sanction their prosecution immediately. And the next point is suspension of DC and SP for their negligence, which has happened just a couple of days back. And last but not the least, NPP demand the repeal of AFSPA.
AFSA's in place, I think the peace negotiation has no meaning. If peace negotiation has to further take place, I think AFSA have to be repealed. Not only from Nagaland, but it has to be repealed from the entire northeastern region.
Prime Minister Boris Johnson warned that Britain faces a tidal wave of infections from the Omicron coronavirus variant and announced a huge increase in booster vaccinations to strengthen defenses against it. In a televised statement, Johnson said everyone aged 18 and older will be offered a third shot of the vaccine by the end of this month in response to the Omicron emergency. The previous target was the end of January. He said cases of the highly transmissible variant are doubling every 2 to 3 days in Britain, and there is a tidal wave of Omicron coming. He announced a national mission to deliver booster vaccines with pop-up vaccination centers and 7-day week getting extra support from teams of military planners and thousands of volunteers vaccinators. Johnson's December 31st target applies to England. The other parts of the UK, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland are also expected to speed up their vaccination campaigns. In a rare intervention in Parliament on Monday, Congress President Sonia Gandhi demanded an apology from the Central Board of Secondary Education and asked the Union Education Ministry to review the gender sensitivity standard in its curriculum as she flagged a blatantly misogynist passage from a question paper of Class 10 exam last week. Soon afterwards, the CBSE announced dropping the question, saying in a statement that it was not in accordance with the guidelines of the board.
Wives stopped obeying their husbands, and that is the main reason children and servants are indisciplined, unquote. The entire passage is riddled with such condemnable ideas, and the questions that follow are equally nonsensical. Sir, I add my voice to the concerns of students, parents, teachers, and educationists, and I raise strong objection to such blatantly misogynist material finding its way into an important examination conducted by the CBSE.
The matter was referred to a committee of subject experts. As per the recommendation, it's been decided to drop the passage number 1 and its accompanying questions of the question paper series. Full marks will be awarded for this passage to all students concerned, said CBSE Control Examination Sanyam Barwach. India's partition was a historic mistake, and not only Kashmiris but the entire Muslim community had to bear its brunt. National Conference National President Farooq Abdullah said on Monday. Supporting Defence Minister Rajnath Singh's statement on the country's partition, Abdullah said, had there been no partition, the country would have been more powerful with both the communities coexisting peacefully.
क्योंकि अली मोहम्मद जिन्ना जो थे वो चाहते थे कि 26% के बजाय उन्हें 30% दिया जाए। उस वक्त भी जो कांग्रेस थी उन्हें से कबूल नहीं किया, तो फिर उन्हें देख लिया कि अब हमारा इनके साथ बन नहीं सकता, और एक मुश्किल वक्त में फिर सर इकबाल ने इन्हें कन्विंस कर दिया कि पाकिस्तान मांगना ज़रूरी हो गया है। मैं खुद भी समझता हूँ कि डिवीज़न ऑफ इंडिया बहुत गलत था। इसके इतने हिस्से होना, बांग्लादेश, पाकिस्तान, हिंदुस्तान, बहुत बड़ी हिस्टोरिकल जो है उस वक्त गलती हो गई है। मैं इनसे बिल्कुल सहमत हूँ।
An overbridge in Kifiri district has built in Seyochang village, built in commemoration of the 75th anniversary of the Seyochang village Baptist church. The flyover will be named the Tsangtongse Memorial Church Road and was inaugurated on December 13 by Reverend Y. Imtiba, United Sanctum Baptist Lithro, Ashimukong. He said that bridges across the world are built to connect people across mountains and rivers, connecting cities and towns, but this bridge has been built to connect the people to the living God. The bridge took 6 months to complete with the help of villagers and over 40 skilled laborers. Joining the rest of the country in observing Universal Health Coverage Day, the establishment of the Chief Medical Office of Kohima also observed the event besides organizing an ASHA felicitation program today with the theme Leave No One's Health Behind, Invest in Health Systems for All at the Paramedical Training Institute Conference Hall. Addressing the program, Kohima Chief Medical Officer Dr. Vizokolo Theo stated that the objective of universal health coverage is to strengthen health systems starting with primary health care. She said Universal Health Coverage Day provides an opportunity to establishments to assess progress and highlight gaps in ensuring that everyone, everywhere has access to health care, also have it close to home and without financial burden. It's also a day dedicated to thinking about what needs to happen next in order to make consistent and meaningful progress towards a more equitable and healthy society, she added. During the program, the CMO also felicitated 3 ASHA workers for their outstanding performance.
Health talks with the team, we have Vechendi and Urban Health, and Sanitation Day. All this is an example that we are not leaving anyone behind when it comes to health, because we all know health is a state of mental, social, physical well-being, and not merely an absence of disease or infirmity. So, Asha to urban health day khande jaine house to house bhi jaye, aru to kana experience sharing de do jaine BP check kore, team loi jaine blood sugar check kore, idu kandu আমি খানা থিমটো ইটো ফুলফিল কৰি আছে ইটো কাৰণে আজি লা থিমটো leave no one behind when it comes to health.
The District Legal Services Authorities in Nagaland today conducted the National Lok Adalat or People's Court across the state. There were 11 Lok Adalat sitting benches constituted in the respective district headquarters. A total of 212 cases of disputes were disposed of in the state Lok Adalat out of a total of 736 cases listed for compromise and settlement, updates on December 13 informed. It included cases in the pending stages as well as those in pre-litigation stages, mostly in the category of bank recovery, criminal compound table cases and motor accident cases tribunal. The settlement amount involved in some of the cases amounts to a total of rupees 3,864,322 only. The success of the disposal in cases was achieved through arbitration, conciliation and amicable efforts by conciliators presided over by the judges of the subordinate courts in the districts, the update stated. This settlement amounts is the amount mutually agreed for payment between the litigants of parties involved in dispute. Settlement amount also includes fine money, bank recovery money, money suits, compensation money, etc. The update stated. The 13th Saramati Soccer Championship organized by Saramati Nexus Club has commenced on December 13 at Pungro Public Ground. The event will be played till December 18. Additional Mission Director of the Nagaland State Rural Livelihood Mission, T. Sitsatong Sangtam, talked about the legendary Naga footballer Dr. T. Au and reminded the players about the potential of the Naga people to excel in sports. He stressed on the importance of sports as it inculcates qualities such as discipline, teamwork and responsibility. He encouraged the players to keep in shape and to not keep themselves confined to one aspect of engagement but to aim for bigger opportunities and fields outside.
Football tournament if you look at the global football view of the football legends, you have heard about the great football player Pelé, Diego Maradona, Lionel Messi, Stephen Gerrard, David Beckham, Cristiano Ronaldo, Roger. The 1960s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and recent.
A two-day badminton tournament organized by the Tsarangkong Kakachir Mongdang with the theme Endurance got underway at Longpa Yamsin village, approximately 70 kilometers away from Mokokchung headquarters on December 13. Akam O Tsidir, OST to Minister Temchin Imna Along, kicked off the tournament. He said it is a privilege and pride for the constituency to have a leader like Temchin Imna Along, who is young, dynamic and recognized by the national leaders of the Bharatiya Janata Party. He has been bestowed the minister's chair and the Nagaland State PJP president's position. In his welcome address, the TKM's President Imli Sinap said that the tournament was organized to strengthen bonds and to work towards more cooperation, be it in sports or society or in welfare activities. More than 80 players are taking part in a two-day badminton tourney and will culminate on December 14. The categories in the tournament include under 14 doubles for both boys and girls, under 19 doubles for both boys and girls, and open category doubles for both men and women.
Bela iba muabuno iba senung agitza sushi bela panognam dokziba asang sanung dan yagi iba senungji tang President Bayashama ya first asze Srinagar gaga shirmung dange tournament ayang zuga saiba ta panogdakla ja kaje aji panogi shugo ta
longchema liromatama si sao banga sir kibung ka mai kemer sai sabong noa siwa feel bala noa siwa ipa ama lidap ta jongnong akang alunga asir ali marlu nokza sushi inyak tsiba team lanong iba ya chazak palir anu ipa denje asin zugong sa semnong lanur demya kenebo iba sports nong
political leader kaje ay banong tibilamba sa matalok tete 2018 nung ministry penlokor yak yung oba mabang no MB election pa election ka normal MB election ka jero ano ko lir bangongo aje election office nung commission nung directive ka office file kija move masal kija ay da sir anaro nga mabadan sa kawiyaw lima mabang no COVID kasi daktunga mazeng lockdown ano ko to korti da siya kimaya sa office mabanyak sa user kimaya sa mo kilas.
The Kuki Baptist Association Youth Department held its 67th General Conference and Cultural Events at Shirima Village under Metsibima Subdivision from 10th to 12th December 2021 on the theme Reconciled. It was hosted by Baptist Youth Endeavor Shirima, Dedication of the 67th General Conference KBAYD was given by KBA and Executive Secretary Reverend Lam Kotong Sing Song, while a candlelight vigil service in honor of the innocent civilians who were mercilessly killed by the security forces at Oting Village, Mon District, was also held. During the 3-day-long program, each's worship team led the praise and worship, cultural dance competition, traditional games and sports and folk song competition were also held. The program ended with a closing prayer which was pronounced by KBA and Executive Secretary Reverend Lam Kotong Sing Song. Around 250 delegates from 9 units of KBA churches from Kohima, Dimapur and Perin District attended the conference. That's all we have for now. Keep watching Hornbill TV.